Hey everybody, so I have all the supplies lined out here that that you'll need for this first project. And the first thing is that you'll need to do is to go out and gather some sticks. Just some regular old sticks from some tree branches that have fallen down. Hopefully you live in a place where you have some trees. There might be a park nearby or something. So find some sticks and then break them up into small pieces. The next thing that you'll need is you'll need some words that you've typed out, and I'm going to talk about those words here in a minute. You'll need a sponge brush and some decoupage. I use Mod Podge. You can also use a matte medium. There's lots of brands out there. You'll want some either wire. I just find this in the jewelry section, in the beading section of the craft stores, and even like Walmart. You can find wire like this, or some twine. Twine will work great too. And then I have a brown ink pad. This is an optional thing. You don't necessarily have to have this for this project. Okay, so this lesson was all about beginning one step at a time, and so I just typed up some words that I felt like illustrated that, so that they can just be little reminders. I believe in making art that I keep in my home that helps to remind me how I want to live. I like to tuck those little reminders all throughout my house because I'm forgetful and I need to remember, oh yeah, I did decide that this is how I was going to do this time. And so I make things, and that helps take a lesson that I've learned and plants it like a seed in my heart, and it helps it to become a way of life for me. So I have some words that I've typed up here. I have courage, faithful, one step, begin, simply start, today is the day, and then just today. So what I'm going to do is just make some little ornaments from these sticks that I could put around my home. Now I love to use just everyday, ordinary things because to me, that's the beauty of life. That's where we find beauty, and amazing miracles happen in everyday life. And there's so much beauty in our own space. And I hope that you are finding that in your own life, that you're embracing the types of trees that grow in your area, the flowers that bloom, even the variety of weather that you have here on the prairie. It's extreme. And sometimes the weather can get you down. And I think that's true no matter where you are. So I'm just going to cut these little words. Had some mistakes here, but you can print them out from your computer. I'm just going to cut these little words out, and then I'm going to ink the edges of them, and I'll show you how I do that. It's just a way that I bring out the border of the word. But I'm going to keep this real natural with these sticks. And then at the end, I'll show you how to display them too. Okay, so I don't know if I mentioned, but if you have some needle nose pliers or these jewelry tools, anything that has a little wire cutter in it, that's going to help you if you decide to use wire. Otherwise, you can use your twine, and that's going to be fine too. So let's take a look here at our sticks, and I'm just going to line out how I would like the words. You know, you guys, we're just going to make little things that you can hang, but we have another project in our class where we're going to do a sticks and stones project, and I'm going to show you how to do a little bit something a little bigger with, not huge, but just to give you an idea of how you can use sticks and stones as crafty art. And so I love, really, I'm going to move these out of the way here so we can see. I love this one. I just love that piece of wood. And faithful, that's the word I really want to emphasize here. So I'm going to put this. So this is just a really simple project. This piece of wood is very gray. So I don't think I want to put my brown on it. I think I just want to keep this really, really monochromatic and not even add the brown. I'm going to trim it just a little bit more. This is just going to be so simple. So I'm just going to take and pour some of my decoupage into a cup. If you have a small bottle, you might not. You can just use it straight out of the bottle. Okay, you guys. And then with decoupage, you just use your sponge brush and apply some to the area where you're going to put your paper down. And then just smooth it with your fingers. And then you go over and under. Now I just a lot of times will use my fingertips to smooth that decoupage out. This is a matte finish decoupage. You can also get gloss if you want it to have a shiny finish. When I work with wood like this, if I'm doing a real natural piece where I'm using elements from the outdoors, I tend to use the matte finish because I want to keep that really subtle appearance. So I've got Faithful on here. I'm going to do a few more sticks. We need to have one with courage on it. I am always having to muster up and find my courage. I don't know about any of you, but usually something every day takes courage for me. If I'm not requiring courage in my life on a regular basis, then I got to take a look at if I'm really growing. Because I think in order to grow, it takes courage. And sometimes those things are forced upon us. Sometimes we can choose it. I dreamed about this project. This is where this came from. These little word sticks. Because I wanted something for you that you didn't have to get to the store to get a piece of wood. I have another project where you can buy little slices of wood, but I thought everybody can find some sticks. Yes? I hope. Out in your yard or at the park. Here on the ranch, we've got a windbreak of trees behind our house, on the north side of our house, that I go walking in, and it's always full of broken down branches that the wind has knocked down. Okay, you guys, this is so simple, but I just think it's going to be just a nice little touch that is just not over the top. Simply start. I think today is the day. Oh, did anybody, when I said today is the day, did any of you think of that song? This is the day that the Lord has made. Oh, I'm almost tempted to sing. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Yeah. It doesn't say tomorrow is the day. Today is the day. And you guys, I know there are times of waiting, and there are seasons of waiting and preparing for things. So I'm not talking about those things like that. I'm talking about things that even maybe in your waiting, that for you to be preparing for something that you've been putting off. That you can be taking action while you're waiting. But I recognize there are different seasons. But I'm talking about, okay, some of these are just matters of the heart, of the things that we're talking about beginning here. It can be that today I'm going to start to, I'm going to take a step toward forgiveness. Whew, that's a really hard one. It's a really hard one, but it requires a step. It requires lots of steps, and it's a process. So that might be your step of beginning today. So I'm just going to kind of get a nice little, this is just going to put a clear coat over the sticks. So it's just smooth, and they're easier to keep clean because you can just wipe them off. But it just gives it so that it's all the same finish. It's not going to be real shiny, but it will be smooth. Now these sticks, you guys, some of them are so nicely worn. They've been out there for a while. When you choose your sticks to use in this project, pick some that don't have bark on them. That's going to be easier to work with. And the other thing is sometimes I will take a piece of sandpaper and I will just lightly sand it so that it's smooth. Okay. Let's see. Oh, you guys, I just thought of another cool idea that you could do. You could take, oh, can you still see? You could take, instead of breaking the sticks into these small pieces, you could just have really long sticks and put your words on these long sticks, and you could make a bouquet of sticks with words that you could put in a vase or a jar. I think that'd be really cute. And you could put those words all over. These are going to be kind of little twig ornaments that you can hang. Okay, so I'm just going to let these dry, and then I'll be back and we'll finish them up. Okay, guys, while we were taking a break there, I went ahead and did some wire on this faithful piece and just made a cute little ornament with the wire. I'm going to show you how to do that, and we'll do some with wire and some with twine. And then I'm going to show you just on a couple pieces what I do if you use the ink to add some color to your edges. So I'm just going to take this word today, and I'm going to ink the edges of that word. And then I'm going to decoupage it on here. And you guys, one of the things that I make, one of the sayings that I put on little blocks of wood or into an art piece often is just do what you can do today. Sometimes the thing that holds me back is thinking about the whole humongous big picture of it. And I get overwhelmed. And you know what? We all just have today. And all you can do is all you can do. And all you can do is what you can do in one day. So just take a deep breath and focus on what you can do today. You know what? If you've got a big bill to pay and you can only pay so much today, then just pay that amount today. If you've got a big project that you're working on and you can only get one part of it done that day, just focus on that one part. But just do today. Okay, you guys? And that is how we all get through it. One day, one step at a time. But I know I tend to, my mind gets going far ahead of my body and my abilities and my time. And then I get overwhelmed and anxious. So that's how you ink your edges of that, and you'll see when it dries how that stands out a little bit more. Okay, so I'm going to set that one to the side. Okay, and we're going to just do another one. We'll take this courage, and I'm going to show you how to work with the wire. It's so easy, you guys. Once you start working with wire like this, you will be adding it to every project that you do. I love it. And it comes in so many different colors, and it adds just so much fun to your projects. So let's see. About that much is going to be good. So I'm just going to trim it back here. Okay, then I'm just gonna loop it around and twist it. Really, really simple. Do you know what would be so cool? Oh yeah, if you add some beads or some buttons to your wire, that would be really cool too. Those of you that are into jewelry and beading, you could really make this very, very fun and colorful, or you could do like beads in grays and browns and black and white or something like that. That would be really cool. I might do that. Sometimes I use the pliers. Sometimes I completely just do it with my fingers. Okay, so you don't really have to, I want to show you that you can make it very, very simple and just be still a really nice, just a nice little reminder. Okay, so there we have faithful and courage.